KDB.
Beats Planet.
So, listen, man, listen. I need everybody focused today. I need everybody on task. I made a very conscious decision. At some point, I feel like I was getting too old for this shit. At some point, I feel like, maybe I was doing a little too much. You feel me? But Uncle Ben said, in multiple universes, right? Uncle Ben said, multiple different actors have corresponded with this. Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great. Come on, Chad. Y'all rocking today. Oh, Chad, come on, man. Oh, Chad, come on, man. In my mind, as I light my mahogany teak wood from Bath and Body Works, because I need something to keep me calm today. In my mind, W's are W's. See, I come from this era where the goal is to win the fight. See, it don't matter if you win via kick, if you win via knee, if you win via punch, if you win via I slapped you a little harder than you thought I was going to hit and you walk away. As long as I got the W, I win. Do you understand where I'm going here? So the one thing that I never want to get into, right? I was retired from this online nonsense. The one thing that I don't want to get into, and the one thing I want to save y'all for, get focused here. I don't want us to get caught up in conditional wins. You understand me? There's no such thing. See? There's no such thing as conditional win. It's either a W or it's not. You feel me? So when I get these Cowboy W's, when I experience a Cowboy W, when I soak up a Cowboy W, the last thing I'm gonna look for is the shit that went wrong. I mean, what we doing? What we doing? See, when I get a Cowboy W, that's all that matters. See, you feel me? And when I get a Cowboy W, all of a sudden I get focused, chat. I get focused, Will Steele. I get focused, all the people that's watching this on the replay. See, I get focused because the one thing that starts to happen is people start to backpedal a little bit. You understand me? People start to move away from where they started. See, Will Steele, let me just make a bold prediction real quick. Let me just make a bold prediction, me calling out some of our critics. Let me make a bold prediction for me calling out some of our detractors. Goddamn, Trevon Diggs must be about to be a comeback player of the year or something, because I could have swore. Wait. See, Will Steele, I could have swore that Trevon Diggs wasn't about shit. You feel what I'm saying? I could have swore that Trevon Diggs was giving up all the thousands of yards. I could have swore that Trevon Diggs was not an elite cornerback. That ain't what I seen. Will Steele. That's not what I seen. See, what's going to happen to you is you're going to see a lot of people that didn't put the work in. What's going to happen to you, you're going to see a lot of people that took the shortcuts. What's going to happen to you is you're going to see a lot of people that really didn't put in the work, and they're going to start to backtrack. You understand me? The people that didn't watch the film for real, this is what Shannon Sharp said. Shannon Sharp said, well, you just can't run past Trey Diggs. You got to double move him. Will Steele. So you mean when Trey Diggs defended the double move yesterday, that shit just wasn't a part of that shit wasn't just a part of the motion, Will Steele? When he was defending the double moves, when he was defending you running past him, when he was defending the breaks, when he was defending the comebacks, when he was defending the sideline, you mean to tell me Trey Diggs was just, there was just this easy formula to be Trey Diggs yesterday? Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do it? See, the one thing I don't understand, Will Steele, is they want to say things to make themselves comfortable. See, they want to say things to help themselves sleep at night. They put themselves in a hole, Will Steele. They create this narrative chat box, and what they'll do, see, this is what they'll do. What they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, CeeDee Lamb's not a number one receiver. He's the problem, right? CeeDee Lamb, well, he's not going to be better than Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb, XYZ. Let me tell you what CeeDee Lamb ass got going. His ass got moving. His ass got efficient. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to do too much. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb ain't got to do too much. Just get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. When we see the other top tier guys, when we see Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Rush going to get his. When you see Cooper Kupp go crazy, when you see guys like Justin Jefferson go crazy, what you see a lot of on their highlight tape? Damn, why they got linebackers and safeties covering him? I'll tell you what, we saw CeeDee Lamb running around yesterday with some linebackers. I'd be damned. It's easy as pie. It's easy as pie. And then all of a sudden, CeeDee Lamb is leading the league in plays that are 10 yards plus. I'm not making this shit up, chat box. So what's going to happen is they're going to paint themselves in this corner. They're going to paint themselves in this corner, chat. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say, well, Voch, CeeDee Lamb, and Trey Diggs, they're only doing this because you did it. It was the Washington Football Wizards, Voch. It was the New York Giants, Voch. Why are these guys so important versus these bad teams? What's going to be so impressive against XYZ? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You can make up whatever narrative you want. The film don't lie. You can make up whatever little nonsense you want. The film don't lie. Dak Prescott's going to come back to this thing. Will Steele. Michael Gallup is going to be healthy. Listen. Let me tell you something. When Gallup is going to be healthy, and then TP going to get going, and then Zeke going to get going, and then we take this scheme that we've been efficient with Cooper Rush and we apply it to Dak Prescott, we on our way, Will Steele. See, let me tell you something. This is what they not going to do. Somebody had the nerve to say, where am I hanging? Yo, Will, you ever been in church and they started to get this way you had to do this move?
Yes.
You had to do this, Will Steele. Let me tell you something, bro. Somebody had the nerve to say, let me get this other button ready. Somebody had the nerve to say, oh, Micah Parsons ain't got a sack in 2 games. He must be falling off. Oh, no. My initial vibes to people like that, and I shouldn't just be doing this after we've been in church for the past 20 minutes, but
basically, fuck them.
You are not going to tell me that you're watching this film because they're not watching the film, Will Steele. You're not going to tell me that you're watching this film. And yeah, Micah Parsons haven't gotten a sack in 2 games. Micah Parsons has gotten hands on quarterbacks. He's gotten pressures. He's whooped offensive linemen, right? But you're not going to tell me that there's not this idea that, damn, Dante Fowler running free over there. Damn, Dorrance Armstrong looking much more effective. Damn, DeMarcus Lawrence win rate is plus is over 25%. You're not gonna tell me that these things are coincidences. Neville Gallimore got busy yesterday. Bohanna had a little shoulder injury. He'll be fine. He'll be back. You understand me? Van Der Esch looking like a downhill player now. He look a little slow moving sideline to sideline, but as a downhill player, Van Der Esch is just looking a little interesting with the job that they put on him. Will Steele had this quote a couple weeks ago. He said, Voch, it ain't an offense in this goddamn league that scares me. And you know, and Will just don't walk around saying shit for play. Will don't walk around saying shit for fun. Will don't walk around saying shit for shock value. Will don't walk around saying shit for views. So it just made me think about it for a little bit. Not one offense at all. Not one offense at all. And then I started to think to myself, Will, if you hold the Tampa Bay Buccaneers under 20, let me get my organ ready, under 20, and you hold the Bengals under 20, and you hold the Giants under 20, they can score 20 on everybody else, but they can't score 20 on us. And then you hold the Washington Football Wizards under 20. All your offense got to do is score 24 and you're good to go, Will Steele. So, as I bring Will Steele in, come on in, Master Will. Being point guarded by the best in the business, man. Let me get your sound drive ready, Will Steele.
I got urgent messages for Mr. Willie Jones.
Will Steele, do you feel what I'm saying, though, brother?
You just go ahead. I'm a.
And that's what I call high quality A2O.
Come on, my man. Hey, I'm Voch Lombardi, baby. Listen. I think, you know, Will Steele, I think sometimes, man, people get in their own way. I think sometimes people's feelings get in their own way. People's thoughts, they just look for just anything. They look for any old reason just to say something just to be saying, right? Just to come up with whatever narrative just to be saying it. We know the people that do the homework, Will Steele. And everybody that does the homework says, hey, man, if we keep doing this on offense, schematically, when Dak Prescott comes back, the Cowboys are going to be something else. And there are still people that are just talking themselves in a hole, Will Steele. What I saw from the Cowboys yesterday has been very consistent with what we've seen from them the past couple weeks, Master William. We go out there and we play some ridiculous defense. You made a hilarious comment when we was in the backstage that all we need is 2. All we need is 2. Maher gonna do the rest. Let me walk call Maher real quick because his ass just, you know what I'm saying? Let me just walk call Maher real quick. All we need is 2 touchdowns, 1 in a possible, and just let Maher kind of do the rest and let this defense do this unthinkable task that it's not fair what we're asking this defense to do, but them characters are up for it, Will Steele. this team is trending in the right direction. Won't you think, sir?
100%, man. Can we get some flames in the chat? Can we get some amens in the chat for Pastor Voch, please? Good Lord.
Listen, Steele. Listen.
I gotta.
Hey, listen. I was looking for some Oregon sounds last night, man. I was looking for the ending one when they go doom 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 doom.
They start doing the dance.
I was looking for. I couldn't find. Anyway, masterly.
Yeah.
The formula to Cowboy success. It's a very simple one. You know, we don't need to complicate things. You know what I mean? And there's some Cowboy fans that think there's a competition at quarterback. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we doing with Cooper Rush right now gets elevated times 4. You see what I'm saying? Times 4. Times 4 when Dak Prescott comes back. You feel me? And I don't think that's weird to say. I think, you know, we saw what happens when we get Lamb involved early and we get him rolling. You understand? And find him mismatches, right? We see what happens. Hey, just the idea that Michael Gallup exists, right? Gallup existing changes the whole dynamic of this thing, right? And let me just say this too, man. There were some people in the comments in the Twitter section, and I feel like sometimes I have to differentiate the people asking me questions. Sometimes people ask to be assholes. Some people are legitimately like asking, right? They say, Voch, why are we more aggressive with going downfield with Cooper Rush than we are with Dak? Because Cooper has the luxury of those looks. The Washington football with go ahead, Wilson.
No. You're absolutely right. We were doing the same thing at the beginning of the year until they switched up the defense. Man.
Sure. The Washington football Wizards say, okay, we're going to take the run game away from you. We're making you beat us in the air. You know what I'm saying? So the Cooper Rush throwing the ball is not because Cooper Rush Cooper Rush ain't doing the Mike White thing that Mike White was doing last year, right? He ain't doing that. Like Cooper Rush is simply taking the looks that are there. Guys are wide open. Guys have look. When y'all like to shit on Dak for guys not being wide, Dak can't throw guys open. Cooper Rush ain't throwing guys open. Cooper Rush is throwing to people with grass around them. And they make Yak happy. You see what I'm saying? All of his biggest plays came from dudes that are wide open that made Yak happy. This ain't me shitting on Cooper Rush. I'm just properly painting this picture for you guys, right? Kellen Moore with another phenomenal attack, with another phenomenal game plan, with another with another day of putting offense together. Cooper Rush tried his damnness. Cooper Rush tried his damnness to cancel that. Connor McGovern tried his damnness to cancel that. Matt Farniok ended up getting some reps. He tried his damnness to ruin that for us. But we got it done. But let's just be clear, man. If Dak Prescott plays these last 3 weeks, we probably blowing these teams out. Let's just be fair here. You know what I mean? Not to shit on Cooper Rush. He's doing his job, man. But let's just be consistent with this thing. And, guys are going to continue to get healthy. Dalton Schultz didn't do very much but block yesterday, but it's fine. Guys are going to continue to get healthy, man. And I think this offense, bro, this offense is on its way. And the baseline, I'm saying, we ain't got to be Team 40 burger. But if we're simply Team 24 burger with this defense, who fucking with us? Go ahead, Will Steele. What are your thoughts, man?
How do I follow that up?
I'm sorry, man.
I mean, my goodness, that was an excellent sermon to open up this thing here. But yeah, and let's not diminish Cooper Rush's efforts here in the last 3 weeks. He's done what he's supposed to do as a quarterback. And let's look at the Cowboys over the last 3 weeks, some of the things that they've done at a very high rate here.
Sure.
1 turnover.
Damn.
In 3 weeks. And that's credit to Cool. Now I get it, those 2 were called back, but still doesn't count. No turnovers. I understand there was some that could have been picked and all that stuff. They weren't. So 1 turnover.
Sure.
What, 2 sacks? 1 sack? Something like that? 1 sack. It's credit to Coop getting the ball out, and throwing the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
They're tied for 7th best in penalties over the last 3 weeks. Week 1, 10. The last 2 weeks, 9. Yeah. So they're doing the small things that you're supposed to do when you're going through adversity with your backup. So let's give everybody some credit here. Mike McCarthy, Cooper Rush, as you mentioned, Kellen Moore, And I understand people, and I said this on my show earlier, people are going to get at Kellen because the run game wasn't working, some of the calls and all that stuff. But here's what I respect. 27 rushes.
Yeah.
27 passes. That shit wasn't working, but he kept running. And what does that do? I almost called you. What does that do? Opens up the play action. Guess who the best play action quarterback is in the league this year so far? Watch. Cooper Rush. So this is a collective effort all around these guys holding down the fort. And as long as guys continue to get healthy, maybe with Dak being out, this could have been a blessing in disguise for Kellen Moore to figure out an identity, because we really still didn't have one, and we still didn't have an answer to guys dropping back into this infinity zone. Sure. But I thought I found something in week 2. Note now, the last 2 teams haven't played us the same, but it'll come back. Trust and believe me, it'll come back, and we'll see if they've learned from their adaptation. So just let's stay focused. National media, they wrote, what is the word? Written us off. Writing us off before the season started.
Yeah.
Week 1, they wrote us off. Dallas is 3-1. Their favorites to win the Super Bowl or whatever the hell is 4-0. Huh. Interesting.
When they asked Geno Smith, what you guys say about the people that wrote you off, Geno said, shit, I ain't right back.
God damn it.
I ain't right back. Hey, man, listen.
Hold on, the head bob kills me because, the wig be moving up.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we got to be satisfied with the product that we've had so far, right? We had a blunder week 1, of course. But it's about how you recover. It's about how you come back, man. Like I said, we ain't got to talk about the offense terribly long because they fought and they clawed to get us these handful of points that we got on the board. But you know what? It don't matter. They got the points on the board. We will super critique them when the film come out. Whenever the plug hit us, we'll cross that road when he get there. But as of now, offense, you did enough to win. This defense, though, Will Steele. This goddamn defense, though, Will Steele. Let me tell you something, man. You don't know who's gonna have a big day for you. And it's not because we're some inconsistent team, right? Oh, well, Micah's good sometimes, he's bad sometimes. D-Log good sometimes, it's not because we're inconsistent. You don't know who's going to go off simply because, one, your offensive line configuration is going to be different every time. But however you choose to attack us, there's always another dude ready to whoop you. You understand what I'm saying? I haven't lived for nothing. I haven't lived around nothing like that, Will Steele.
Does this feel, and again, it's early, so it's really hard, right? Week 4. But the reason why I think we feel so confident because we saw what they did to Joe. We saw what they did to Tom. We knew what they was going to do to these last 2 opponents. But is this similar to last year when the offense was clicking and we had fun with how do you want it? Like, how do you want to get beat? You want to get beat through the air? Because we can whoop that ass through the air. We've done it. You want to get beat on the ground? We can whoop that ass on the ground. I feel like this defense is kind of turning into that. How you want to get beat? You want Micah today? Or you want DeMarcus Lawrence? You want Fowler? Or you want Dorrance Armstrong? You want Big Bo? Or you want Neville? Every week, there's a new guy, Dono, J-Rock, Malik, Diggs. Somebody is playing their best ball of the season every week. And they're probably having a competition in that locker room, and you love it. It's a healthy competition because they're all going to be on the field at the same time, or sometimes they come in for each other to one-up each other. And I think you see them playing with that out there. And I love how they adapt. All right, Washington whooped their ass on the ground in the first half. Let's fix that up in the second half. So this defense feels very much how do you want it? Who you want to get beat by today?
Week 1, and it was interesting, right? Because I almost caught myself not trusting my analysis, right? But I was going into the Tampa Bay game thinking, this may sound weird, but if we make Tom Brady throw the ball, like, we have an advantage there. You know what I mean? And then I was like, I can say a similar thing about Joe Burrow. I'm just watching the film, Will Steele, you know what I'm saying? Because film don't lie. I was like, you know what? If we just make Joe Burrow throw the football, we'll be all right, And my week 3 game, we make Daniel Jones throw the football. And what I eventually caught myself saying, Will Steele, is all we have to do, and mind you, I'm a firm believer that midseason form is a thing. I say this on my show all the time.
Facts.
Midseason form is a thing. This week 4. Chat, the phone lines are open, by the way. Pardon my manners. 202-926-1127, access code 309-104. Will, midseason form is a thing. So if we have any little knickknacks that we got to tune up, we got a little time to do. We got time to fix it. But the overall game plan is, I feel so good about our pass defense, right?
Yes.
But not even in a way of, oh well. How can I explain this, Wilson? It's like, okay, you're gonna run the football because you know how aggressive we are at pass defense. We're not just a regular pass defending team. We're an aggressive pass defending team. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, we cover well. We get picks. It's not just we cover well. If you want to hold the ball, we get sacks. You understand what I'm saying? We get busy when you have to throw the football. We stress you out when you have to throw the football. And if you can somehow keep us from sacking you, we done racked up 30 pressures in the process. You understand? So when I go, hey, man, if you stop the run and we score, which is another benefit for when Dak Prescott comes back, right? Because this defense has been doing all this with a not great offense on the other side of the ball. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're playing good defense, it's the second quarter, and they got 6 points on the board, and we got 6 points on the board, they can keep running the football. But if we put them in a situation where they have to throw the football, it's curtains. And we celebrate for the rest of the way because our D-line don't have to worry about run defense. And we got Trey Diggs, AB, Jordan Lewis, Deron Bland, Dono, J-Ron, and Malik in that backfield. Our DBs are incredible along with our pass rushers. Go ahead, Will Steele.
And here's why, Voch, and Cowboys Nation, if I'm too high on this, you call me out. Let me know. Here's why I'm not really overly concerned about the run defense. A lot of it is about fit, right? And then you can see Dan Quinn adjust. So that's the easily fixable thing right there. But the other thing is, damn it, if you don't score off of these runs, does it really matter? Does it really matter at all? It doesn't really matter. And here's why. The Dallas Cowboys are 5th in the NFL in red zone defense.
Wow.
Meaning you can run 33 yards, get to the 35, and now you can't punch it in. Get to the 15, get to the 20, and you're not punching it in. So this defense is tightening up. It's very much bend but don't break, but it's also that might be doing a disservice calling it that. Because it's aggressive, it's hyperactive, it's like a pride out there, a pack of wolves, whatever you want to call it, lions, whatever, out there coming to take your head off. And that's why I give so much credit to this pass defense. I don't think it's going to get enough credit because we're giving the credit to the pass rush. But again, maybe this is Homer, maybe this is, I try to wear all three hats, reporter, analyst, and fan. I have a hard time finding a secondary asked to do what these guys are doing. And they only gave up one goddamn touchdown a game. That is hard. It's hard to do.
In this league, it's incredible.
So until I see a team win because they just ran the ball, and I know you're going to say, well, what about Tampa? Tampa Bay scored in the air.
Right.
Tampa Bay got to the red zone red area 4 times and scored 1 touchdown. You didn't lose that game because they ran on you. You lost that game because your offense looked like crap. So I'm not overly concerned just yet in the run defense until I see it literally cost us a game like the playoffs before, like the Colts did. Remember 2018? It hasn't happened yet. So, yes, tighten it up. Tighten it up, run defense. But the rest of your defense is playing lights out ball.
Me and Okoye was talking about this the other day on the post-game show. Y'all be sure to catch that after every game. Okoye was on the me and him was talking about that. He was along the lines of, it hurts you, but if it don't kill you, who cares? You know what I mean? Yeah. If it doesn't kill you, who cares? Plus, if it forces you to be one-dimensional, we eventually win there, right? Think back to the Giants game. People was hating that Daniel Jones kept breaking out those runs and getting first downs, whatever. I feel you, but if that's the last resort he had and nothing else was working, who the fuck is? Because at some point he's not going to run. He's going to have to throw the football, and that's when we dominate. You see what I'm saying? As long as we get back to what we're good at. Go ahead.
That's why historically when you look at teams who have leaned on the ground, and I said this for years, if you're going to lean into the run, you have to have a ridiculously good defense, and sometimes historical, sometimes one of the best defenses in the last 10 years, 5 years. Throughout history, over the last decade plus, maybe 20 years, if you go look at some of these run-heavy teams, they are accompanied with extremely good defenses and disciplined squads. It's harder to win that way. It's not impossible, but you better pack a good D.
Yeah.
The Cowboys pack a good D.
Pause. And what's going to happen is, and what's going to end up happening is, man, and I kind of alluded to this earlier, but I ain't really like spell it out for real. When Dak gets back, when Gallup gets more healthy weeks under his belt, CD or whatnot, whatever James Washington ends up doing, right? And then there's still hope in me that Jalen Tolbert can do something for you this year, right? When all that gets going, there's going to be a world where this defense has been operating under the notion that this offense will like have 10 points on the board at halftime or something, right? There will be games where we upgrade that. We're like, oh, well, we got 20 points on the board. We got 14 points on the board. You know what I'm saying? Just more than 6 or 0 or 3 or whatever. We got 14 points on the board. That's going to drastically change the way the other team plays ball. Because if they try to get aggressive with you, good luck. I know I was talking shit about Shannon Sharp earlier. You know, the whole notion that hey, if you just double move Trey Diggs, you can beat him. Well, first of all, that's not true. But let's just pretend that is true, Will Steele. If that is Trey Diggs' kryptonite now, that you got to double move him to beat him. Well, the defense has a built-in defense mechanism to stop that. Because where you going to have time in the pocket to double move Trey Diggs? You don't. This defense creates its own fail safes, which is crazy. I just said that. Come on, Will. Go ahead. You were saying something.
No, I was saying right. You're right.
You want to say, okay, cool. See, you don't be talking, but I be trying to read your body language. So when Will go, yes, I think you about to say something. But in your mind, you're like, hey, I'm spitting. Hell yeah, Vice. So I got to differentiate that. Look, because it was some critics and detractors on the internet, right? On the social media, when they saw that Terry McLaurin got 6 targets for 2 receptions and 15 yards, they was like, well, it's Carson Wentz on the ball. Right. But when Carson Wentz was against Philly, Terry McLaurin got 9 targets for 6 catches and 102 yards, right? You know what I mean? So it's not like Terry McLaurin and Carson Wentz ain't been doing shit. The week before that, 4 catches and 75 yards. You understand? Like what? Terry McLaurin's talented, bro. Jamar Chase is talented, bro. Don't ask me shit about the Giants and they wide receivers, but the Bucs wide receivers talented, bro. At some point, we have to acknowledge what we're doing here. And we can't just continue to be pessimism guy. Well, all right, Voch, we're going to see what these next 2 opponents, the Rams and the Eagles, is good. The first 2 fucking teams you played is good. Dog, in the first 6 weeks, we've played 3 Super Bowl teams, bro.
Yeah.
3 Super Bowl teams in the first 6 weeks of our season. I understand Washington and freaking, Washington and the Giants make this shit weird and we look at them and laugh at them, but our schedule ain't been cake the first 6 weeks, and we knew the schedule wasn't going to be cake. So just imagine when we glow up and this fucking schedule turns into cake. It's about who get hot at the end of the season. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. Y'all please call in. The number to call in is 202-926-1127. Access code 309104. It's on the screen. We talked about pass rush. We talked about some I found was interesting, Will Steele. I think they the Cowboys, right? The week before, Trey Diggs got hurt for like 4 plays or something like that. And Kelvin Joseph was the first guy to come off the field, right? This week, Jordan Lewis got the groin injury. He's probably going to miss about 3 weeks. It wasn't Kelvin Joseph coming in, right? Because we always had the idea that the next dude that comes off the field, we could possibly move Brown around, right? We can move AB around and possibly make that happen. Jordan Lewis hurts his groin. AB stays on the outside, and Deron Bland goes directly into the slot. And the son bitch just get an interception while he's there. So, fantastic play by him also. Very smart play, very heads-up play. So, dog, we just got waves of dudes, Will. Our depth dudes are ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Our depth dudes are ridiculous. Bohanna goes down, and Neville Gallimore has the best game of his season so far. What in tarnation going on? What in tarnation going on, Will Steele? Billy D. Sam Williams can probably start for the Washington football team. You know what I'm saying? Sam Williams is better than FL Bottom. I don't give a fuck. He better than FL Bottom. You know what I mean? And he's our 5th guy, and he can't get going. You know? We lose Quinn Bohanna. Think about how deep we are, Will Steele. We lose Quinn Bohanna. I saw somebody say, damn, sure be good to have Ridgeway. I'm like, nah, Carlos Watkins on practice squad. We'll pull him up whenever we need him. What kind of shit is that, Will Steele?
That's what I was thinking if Bo can't go. I mean, he said he ain't missing no action, but if he can't, hey, you got Watkins.
Carlos Watkins is a fine replacement. He was one of your best defensive tackles last year, and he's coming off the practice squad. We ain't got shit to worry about, Will Steele, except this offense. We got 13 weeks to fix that. I love it. I'm excited. Is this the best defensive? Let me ask you this: how long is it? Because I know how people get with the best. How long has it been since we've had a defensive backfield like this, Will Steele?
A defensive backfield
where we just got all kind of dudes we trust. We got a number one dude. First of all, how long? Because we've been through Brandon Carr, Claiborne, and all these guys. We got a cornerback one that we trust.
Newman and Mike. Forget his last name.
Jenkins,
and I want to say Sensabaugh was back there. Church maybe.
So we ain't had a cornerback one we trust since Terrence Newman. We haven't had safeties that we trust since like the Roy Williams era.
You ain't like Byron.
I'm sorry. Damn, I forgot about it. I forgot. Hold on. I forgot about Byron. My bad, Byron. All right, so cool. So we get a number one.
Basically. Fuck.
Right.
I love Byron. Byron still got the best play celebration, but whatever. We get a number one receiver. 5 auxiliary corners that we think can play. 5 safeties that we feel like can play. J-Ron Curse goes out, and we get this combination of Israel Mukuamu and Marquise Bell. A lot more easy than Marquise is kind of what I just saw from the broadcast view. The film will come out and we'll clean this up for sure. Okay, I was about to say, what is this tweet? My bad. So Izzy probably play a little bit more than Marquise or whatever, but I can't wait to see what the tandem of J-Ron Curse, Donovan Wilson, and Malik Hooker looks like for a whole season, bro. Well, not even tandem. Tandem is like 2 people, right? Tandem is trio, cool. Trio of those guys. And I don't even know how much we've seen trios of safeties be a thing, but Donovan Wilson is coming to his own. He's developed and look, he still got a lot of work to do, right? A lot of work to do. But just him as a missile in this run game, you need him. You take J-Ron Curse, hopefully he's healthy for the rest of the season. You pair him up with Dono, you need him. Malik Hooker, in which I don't even think they're trying Malik's side in on the roof coverage.
They're not.
And then they're not even trying his side, Will, still. Because look, because somebody was like, Voch, I haven't heard that from Malik Hooker. I'm like, I bet. That's what happens, right? When Malik Hooker's on the side of the field, they don't even try him. And we saw a couple of weeks ago, I think it was the Bengals game, where he was kind of patrolling the middle. And he still got that range to get to the sideline from the middle of the field, Will, still. You know what I mean? And the only thing that was holding Malik Hooker back over the years was his health. I just need Malik Hooker, J-Ron Curse, and Donovan Wilson to be healthy for the rest of the season. It's funny because PFF has ranked Donovan Wilson as a top 5 safety now. I think that's interesting where that came from. But those 3 dudes together, man, like there's so much possibility with those 3 dudes and these 5 corners that we got. It's an embarrassment of riches, this damn defense. Well, I said on my show the other day, let me turn this shit down. Tell me if I'm bugging, Will, still. I was doing the post-game show or some shit, and I looked up on the screen, Will, and Sean Payton was wearing a suit that was too big, and he was talking about the Cardinals or something. You know? And I could have made jokes about his tailor, but the thought that came out, Will, and it came out loud. I said this, I ain't just thinking. I said, I'll push Sean Payton off a bridge to keep Dan Quinn.
Oh, 100%.
You know? I feel like if Kellen and Mike McCarthy don't work, I can find some 35-year-old offensive dude that can flip this thing around. I don't want Dan Quinn to go nowhere. Not a place, Will, still. So with that being said, I just set the table a lot for you, sir. Tell me about our DBs and talk to me about pillow smothering Sean Payton for Dan
I'm
Quinn.
not touching the Sean Payton thing because we in the middle of a 3-game run. We don't even need to talk about that, right? But
Sure. Propping
yeah,
up Dan Quinn.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's the man. I mean, we talked about this in the preseason, right? Before the season started. He's the guy that I think is next up if anything were to happen to Mike McCarthy. The crazy thing is, though, our success might be tied to him and McCarthy together. So if the Cowboys win 2 playoff games and the defense is only giving up 14 points, right, and the Cowboys scored 20, you ain't going to fire Mike McCarthy. You got 2 playoff games. You're in the NFC Championship game. So, I think these 2 dudes, and I think one of the most underrated things is Dan said, hey, you want me to dip? I'll dip if this is going to be too much for you.
And Mike said,
no.
I will deal with this media bullshit. Yeah, Mike said, fuck. Mike said, hold on. Mike said,
basically, fuck 'em.
I will deal with them.
He said, you going to leave me here with Callan? No, you ain't finna get me off that way, fam. If I go down, then damn it, you going down with me.
Going with me. Oh.
But no, the safeties, man. You kept talking about the safeties. I got to find my safe word. I love safeties. You know how I am about that. I think they're underrated. They don't get enough love. And I think we're seeing how valuable they are. I featured Malik Hooker last week because Malik Hooker was making his presence felt physically against the New York Giants. But what you're not going to see on the stat sheets unless you pull up the All-22 and literally watch every play. This is why Voch don't like safeties. It's boring to watch. Yes. He don't like watching it. It's boring. And I get it. But it's those little things where you see Daniel Jones or when we get the tape and we see Carson Wentz. He wants to try it.
Sure.
But he know this ain't Xavier Woods back there. And I know y'all, Xavier Woods is playing well. This ain't Xavier Woods back there. This ain't Jeff Heath back there. Malik Hooker is taking away these passing lanes or taking away these angles, taking away these windows by being in the right spot, by having that range. Again, we're 4 games in. I know it's early, but how many DeMonte KZ? Oh, snap. And you looking around like, where you at? How many plays have we seen, Voch? It hasn't happened yet. So Malik Hooker, while I actually thought he was going to lead our team in interceptions because I thought they would try him a bit more. They're not even trying him. You know what I mean? So his impact on his team may not be seen from a statistical standpoint, although he was second on the team in tackles again. Right, top 2 in the game in tackles. That might say something more about your backers, though. But sure. I just think, man, when you get Hooker, when you get Dono and J-Rock all together, they play well off of each other. Like, Don't get it twisted. Dono's not going to be. I don't think Donovan Wilson's going to be roaming the box like J-Ron will be because I love Donovan Wilson. He's a hitter. They might use him on some blitzes and things like that. But what J-Ron is he's a sound tackler. So maybe some of those big runs you see, J-Ron's not giving them up because he's getting stops 1-2 yards or at the line of scrimmage. So just imagine when you got Dono's kamikaze ass flying around, Malik Hooker taking anything deep away, and J-Ron Kearse taking away your tight end or that short intermediate stuff at the line of scrimmage. Or he might blitz too. Sure. Dan is he has a lot of toys to play with, man.
We have one more segment before we go to the phones. Will, it's 3:50. We got I know, right?
Victory Monday. That's what happens when you're excited, man. Good things happen.
We got one more segment before we get to the phones, and when we get to the phones, we lock them up. So we got 1,000 people watching live right now. First of all, appreciate y'all. Get to the phones now if you want to get into the phones, because I will lock them. Because this show ain't like the weekend show, you know what I'm saying? The weekend show will go 2 hours if I let it. These kind of on the time limit or whatever. So if you want to get on the phone, you get in now before I lock it, before me and Will still talk about some of the things that the Cowboys can do to, be better, some of the things that we didn't like. You were talking about, some of our linebacker issues or whatever. And I do think J-Ron Kearse fixes a lot of that. You know what I mean? J-Ron being one of your linebackers will definitely make your linebacker group faster. Van Der Esch and Anthony Barr. Let me ask you this, Will Steele. Do you think they playing badly, or do you think that everybody else is just playing so well that they just don't look great?
They're playing average ball, but here's the thing about Barr. I actually like Barr better than LVE. Although, again, I don't want to shit on LVE because he had a phenomenal blitz that helped open up a sack for I think it was Neville Gallimore.
Sure.
But I just feel like there's more to be had, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like if there was, and somebody had a super chat or said in the chat here,
Yeah, we'll get to him.
if there was a position to trade for, if somebody out there, and we know the big name, but yeah, I would entertain that because I feel like if you're going to use Micah as much as they've been using him 3 of the 4 games at line, and this is why I want him to kind of play both, not just one, you're going to be vulnerable at linebacker. LVE just can't get it and go like a Micah. Not many can, but I don't think he's setting people up and put them in the right spots like you see Anthony Barr out there. But Barr also is 31 years old. You know, his body's a little banged up, so he's not going to be able to hit those get to the edges as good as he used to when he was a buck too. But so they still play well off of each other. I say well because Barr is more of the striker, where LVE's kind of he's just got to run free. Sure. Man, if you had an athletic 6'3" backer that could cover and fly around. Oh wait, we do.
George.
His name is Jabril Cox, but they won't play him because maybe they don't trust him yet. I don't know, but if not, there's a guy out there. I don't know if they'll do it, but there's a guy out there.
Something I thought was interesting how the Cowboys constructed their roster, right? You know, early Jabril, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Jabril was inactive, and your special teams guys were Devin Harper and Luke Gifford. Luke Gifford got hurt. Jabril Cox became active. He was a part of special teams crew. Fine. Luke Gifford comes back. Devin Harper wasn't active. You see what I'm saying? So what changed between then and now? Is it them trusting Brillo more as a potential offensive piece? Because I feel like once upon a time, they used to rotate linebackers, and Keanu Neal played a lot. I don't know how we trust Keanu Neal last year, but couldn't trust Brillo this year. I don't know. But do you think it's because the role on defense they're having a little more trust in, or do they think, or did they just find out that Brillo is an adequate special teams player, and it's cool to just keep him active as opposed to the rookie?
Well, Brillo played special teams last year before he got hurt. So I'm pretty sure Bones Fossil had some confidence in him. Problem is they wanted to roll with Barr. They wanted to roll with LVE. And people, I mean, as much as we laugh and he and Kiki at Luke Gifford, he is one of their special teams aces. They had the block punt last year. He's a guy. So I think early on it was like somebody got to sit. We don't want to sit our special teams ace, so they roll with him. And Devin Harper made his name in college as a guy that could run down on special teams as well. Not saying he didn't do good as a defender, but he was a good special teams guy. So I think Bones kind of won out there. But maybe Brillo showed more last week, and maybe they're kind of gearing him up. It just doesn't feel like they're gearing him up because I don't see him out on the field.
Sure. I feel like they're just not using him, you know? And I wonder if Damone Clark was healthy. Considering if he's healthy, right? I wonder would Clark be a guy that actually gets playing time on the defense as opposed to Jabril? I got questions. Of course, we're not going to get those answers. I don't want to ask questions like that. But hopefully we see him soon because, you know, Brillo can run. Brillo can definitely run, and his speed would definitely be an added addition. One more thing, you know, just one more little thing, just a little feedback. I kind of hope that we stop politicking with left guard here. You know what I mean? We politic with the guard position a whole lot last week. It was a lot of all 4 guards got to play. it was some bullshit. Everybody played. You know what I mean? They started off with Connor McGovern. He was getting his ass whooped. Okay. They immediately went to Jason Peters. And I don't know if that was a reaction to Connor McGovern getting his ass whooped. Or they just had Jason Peters in the rotation plan.
Yeah, he was in the rotation plan. He was scheduled to get 20 to 25 snaps.
Okay. Zach Martin gets hurt. Fournette gets involved.
That was weird.
I'm like, there was actually a point to where Fournette and McGovern were on the field, and Peters was not. And I can't wait to look at the film just so I can see who the best guy was. And this was an interesting week to try to grade anyway, or an interesting week to try to rush McGovern back because Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne strong as hell. I said strong with a capital K. It's strong as hell. Next week we got Aaron Donald now. I don't think this is just a great time to be fucking around with left guard. You know what I mean? So me personally, I wish they would not politic with it as much. Jason Peters said last week, hey, I could have played the whole game if I wanted to, or if they needed me to. I think now is a good time for us to be needing him to. Jason Peters to play the whole game. I'm over this Connor McGovern thing. Because as soon as I saw Connor McGovern, it was bodies stacked on top of him, and it was grass stains on the back of his jersey. And it wasn't cute. What's your opinion on the left guard situation, Will Steele?
I was looking at that last week, Voch. Remember we talked about ripping the Band-Aid off?
Yeah.
Well, the wound must be healed now because he got 20 snaps. McGovern got 40. You can probably go pop on the tape and see who played better. I would imagine it's Peters, but we'll see that here soon later.
Sure.
Again, is there still a Band-Aid on? If there is, I'm ripping it off.
Yeah.
I want to see Peters and Tyler Smith. I think he's better against the power at the guard at any position over Connor McGovern. And you're about to get Aaron Donald now. Peters and Aaron Donald, that's still a mismatch. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Is definitely a mismatch, but I would rather live with the dude that can fulfill the power side,
right? Because
neither one of y'all can deal with his quickness. You understand? So I at least want the dude that's strong enough to deal with him. Connor McGovern ain't strong or quick enough to deal with Aaron Donald. So that's just that.
Give me Jason Peters, rip the Band-Aid off, and let's boogie.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
The conference has been locked.
Also, whenever we get the film from the plug, y'all be sure to tap into patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I'll be watching offensive line, whether it be tonight or tomorrow, so y'all can feel free to swing by whenever you see it. You'll go see it. You'll go click it or whatever. And I'll properly grade the offensive line because I got questions. I really want to see who played the best out of those guys. We got 6 people on the phone. We're going to get to all y'all. But let's go relatively quick, though. Relatively. It's 4:00. So we're going to get you in, make a point. If you have a second point, make that second point as expeditiously as you possibly can. Expedite that thing. All right? Let's do this. Let's start with Adrian, then Damon, then South Philly Shell. Let's boogie. Adrian, what up?
What's going on, boss? How you?
Cool, my guy. All right, cool. Go ahead, Adrian.
So I have an interesting point here. Like, is Dan Quinn a Targaryen? Because it seems like every time the defense hits the field, it's just Jakaris. There's just fire and flames everywhere. People screaming, "Oh my baby,
yeah,
my baby!" It's just chaos on the field at all times.
Sure.
For the opposing offense.
Sure. Dan Quinn's incredible, man, and if you want to make the proper analogy, if you want to say he's a Targaryen, sure. Daenerys traveled the land and she hired some cheap labor. She freed some people. She gave low lives the option to either be free or to join her army. And she took these low lives and paired them with the greatest army that you can battle in the open field. And that open field elevated the rest of the folks. So yeah, it's a cool little comparison for sure.
I have one more point. I know for most Cowboys fans, they always find it weird whenever we let good talent go, or what we thought was good talent, like a Lyle Collins, Cedric Wilson, Connor Williams. And it's like people don't realize that half the time, whenever we let those players go, we get an upgrade from these comp picks. We're turning a lot of these comp picks into almost Pro Bowl players because it just seems like every year our team's getting deeper and deeper and deeper because we're letting go of people that we're seeing as too expensive or they're not working out in our scheme.
Sure.
And that we're just stacking bricks. We're building this house to protect our offense with this great defense, and we're making things easier for us to operate.
Sure. Fair enough. Adrian, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Will Steele, you missed it, man. Adrian compared. Oh, never mind. The whole thing?
The whole thing. I turned my speaker up. I love how you broke it down.
Come on, man.
Yeah, my bad from right there, so we good.
Okay, I was about to say don't just take the whole setup in the bathroom with you, but yeah, man. I was not rocking with the analogy at first. I think his point was just to say that Dan Quinn comes in, burns up stuff, and tears shit up. But but I made the analogy better. So hey, it's cool, man. Shout out to
you deep thinker, man. You deep thinker. That was brilliantly put together. You could have went even further, but you were respectful to the caller.
Yeah, I could have went even further, man. And I was about to get into some Thrones talk. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get Damon on the phone and see what he's talking about. Damon, what up?
What's poppin', boys?
Coolin', my guy. What you got for the show?
Man, I just watched the game again a little bit earlier, and that defense was in that ass like Charmin all game long, boy. I was loving it.
Sir.
But look, I'm with you, man. I'm done. I'm done with the carousel at left guard, man. I'm done with it. It's time for Peters to play, and unless he gets to tapping his helmet and saying that he needs a couple plays out, that's it. He's gonna have to roll for all 60 of them, man, because we need that against this defense. And not only do we need it against this defense, we need it, through the rest of the season. So. Sure. I am not sure what is happening, but somebody needs to take away Joe Philbin's clipboard, need to take away his headset, need to take away whatever it is that he goes with to decide what the rotation is going to be during the game. And Jason Peters needs to be your left guard.
Sure. We all agree. I don't think you're saying nothing that nobody else disagrees with. So fair enough. Appreciate you, DC.
No problem. Y'all be easy.
Yes, sir. Will Steele, did you get the news that Randy Gregory's going to be out for several weeks?
What happened?
He had a little injury in the Raiders game, something like that. And look, we're not celebrating injury or anything like that, but I do just we're not celebrating injury for sure. But damn dog, it's just all kind of, you know what I mean? Just we just waiting on that Cooper plantar fasciitis thing before we can all go availability, right? You know what I mean? Like I said, we not praising injury, but I do think there's something to. I don't think Leo Hip coming back. It's gonna be gone forever. You know what I'm saying? Hips just don't get better on big people like that. Especially when you gotta move people. You know what I mean? Randy always has a little knee thing. You know what I'm saying? Something going on with his knee. And I think if Cooper's plantar fasciitis starts to plantar fasciitis and availability turns into a real life thing, man. You know what I mean?
Randy's not a good comparison though, because they wanted to sign him. You know what I'm saying? They literally said, here's the same contract. So
yeah, that's fair.
But the other two, yeah.
That is fair, Will Steele. That is fair. We'll see. Let's get into it. We'll continue to follow that story or whatnot. But I mean, I don't know if we just lucky or what, goddamn it. I don't know. I don't know. Stephen Jones. We'll do that another show. We're not gonna waste content right here. South Philly Shell. Let's see what he's talking about. What's up, sir?
What up, y'all?
Cool and big dog.
I was gonna call you yesterday, Voch, but after that game, man, I hit these Philly streets to go check the temperature. Yo, they talking real spicy out here, yo.
Of course they are.
See, the thing that messed me up with these dudes is last year how we was playing our record, everything. All the analysts talking about is, oh, we just keep beating bad teams. We can't beat a good team, ignoring the fact that. Some of them teams we played last year they actually had a winning record when we played them, and we took care of business. But you look at these Eagles fans, undefeated, but who have y'all beaten? Like, storyline ain't the same when it comes to other teams. We the most hated team in the league. We know this. But my thing is, keep that same energy when we start breaking down the facts and talk about what's really going on. We stout. Defense is heavy. And once that get back and we start really running shit,
Dick.
Ain't nobody
Is he from Philly?
Jalen Hurts is like, Jalen Hurts is special or something. He trash.
Yeah. Well,
the boy put up 204 yards yesterday. And if it wasn't for 4 fumbles from Trevor Lawrence,
I'll let you
finish. This game.
Well, South Philly Shell, I'll say this, man. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles in week 6, I'm probably gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? The police gonna have to come to the crib to come get me and pull me up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just gonna be causing all kind of disturbances, and I'm not gonna stop for nobody. So I feel you, bro. Yeah, what is? I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting my time.
We got the bell money, man. We come get you, Voch.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate you, South Philly Shell.
Boy, I just waiting for him to drop. Get down or lay down, mother.
State property. Will, you think Dak plays this week?
No. I saw his hand was swollen.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Why the hell would you and then I was listening to what Coach McCarthy was saying. This doesn't, I mean, it's early, it's Monday, but It doesn't sound like something that he'll be playing with. If your hand is swollen on a Sunday, bruh, I doubt it's not going to be, it's going to be perfect and ready to go Monday. So I would, look, Cooper Rush is giving you the luxury to wait till he's 100%. There's no need to rush him back, pun intended, because it's possible to avoid. But nah, man. Now again, that could change Thursday. They could be like, yo, swelling went down. He's gripping the ball. He's throwing. But guess what, Voch? You start prepping Wednesday. So if he ain't ready Wednesday, we can't be playing these musical chairs on Thursday because this Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Raheem Morris, Leonard Floyd, Bobby Wagner. This ain't a little foo-foo defense.
Yeah. So you think we probably won't even see Dak till the Lions game, possibly?
I was going to say Philly because that's what you were saying. Philly, I would imagine another week. But if not, remember, guys, the initial time frame was 6 to 8.
6 to 8, yep.
I think we're looking closer to the 6 than the new one where it's like, oh, he might come back and we're not going to put him on. We're not going to put him on IR. He'll be back in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's looking more like 5.
Sure. Fair enough, Mr. Wolf. Fair enough. Let's go. Let's get Mr. Ronnie on the phone. See what he's talking about. What's going on, Mr. Ronnie?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I wanted to say that yesterday I like the way you got in your bag.
Yes, sir.
I like the way you said in the people how the way it is.
Yes, sir.
And also God bless you and your family, still Will and his family.
Thanks, sir.
And also too, that defense is crazy. They ain't nowhere. Yes, the way Dan Quinn got these boys playing solid, everybody responsible for what they're doing. They ran a little bit on us, but he made the second half adjustments, which got us together.
That's fair.
Our defense is ready.
Yes, sir.
When Dak Prescott come back and he runs the rest, we're going to get there. Right. We're going to get to the Super Bowl. I think so.
Man. Mr.
God
Ryan.
Bless y'all. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, Mr. Ryan. That's another point too, Will, still that I forgot to bring up. They started to run, like they ran the ball good in the first half, yes, but we did make an adjustment in the second half, and our run fits got much, much better in the second half. So that is a point that I forgot to bring up. And if you shut down the run in the second half and make them boys throw, good luck to you.
Yeah, they had one big run in the second half, but I think it was more so missed tackle.
Yeah, that was a missed tackle thing. And, Jay Ron helped with that. One last call. We don't know who they are. Let's see if we make them platinum. 858. What's up? Who this?
Hey, this is San Diego Jordy. How you doing, Voch? Been a fan of the show for a long time. I don't know if you remember, but, let me see if you remember this. Sing It, Otis.
I remember Sing It, Otis. 100%. 100%.
Okay, that's how long I've been rocking with you, bro.
All right, Sandy. Now, to be fair, San Diego Otis. Sing It, Otis. I said San Diego Otis. San Diego, what's your name? Jordy. San Diego Jordy. Sing It Otis was like last year. You know what I mean? Year before last. You know what I mean?
No, it was longer than that, bro. That was like 3 years ago.
Hey, I'm just getting old, Jordy. My fault, man. But hey, I appreciate San Diego Jordy. What you got for the show, brother?
Real quick, the two things I want to touch on. I don't think we should rush Dak back to the Rams game.
Okay.
Especially with all our delusional Cowboys fans out there saying that Cooper Rush, is taking Dak's job anyway. So why rush Dak back? Y'all got y'all started. So let's see how he does versus the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first point. And my second point, real quick, is I wanted to know what y'all thought about. We have so many safeties playing at a high level,
sure.
Especially Wilson, who's been our leading tackler for like the last 3 games.
I want to trade.
Do you think that might contribute to why maybe Jabril Cox can't get on the field because they're running like a big nickel or putting our safeties at linebacker?
Probably.
Oh, 100%. But I wanted to play backer. That's my whole thing, not just big nickel. I wanted to play linebacker.
I think what he's saying, Will, is that they're accounting some of the linebacker numbers for the safeties that we have.
No, I know what he's saying, but I don't want him to play the big nickel. I want him to play in the middle. I want him to play when it's linebacker stuff to do linebacker things, not just big nickel stuff. So basically, Jabril Cox and J-Ron Kearse. Jabril Cox and Donovan Wilson. That's when I'm at least give it a shot because, LVE is LVE.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Will. But do you think that maybe they just don't think he's mentally ready to take over for Van Der Esch? Or maybe they just gonna ride Van Der Esch to the end of the season.
It's interesting because we was actually rotating them last year. So like, why are we not rotating them this year, knowing that Anthony Barr is an older gentleman and Van Der Esch could use a little rest also. I don't know. I would love to know what the deal is. What the deal is with that. But sure, I think we would all love to see some more Brillo. Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had. You guys have a great day.
San Diego Jordy, appreciate you, man. We just made you platinum. Next time you call in, we'll know it's you, brother. Peace. San Diego Jordy. Get him out of there. All right, let's read some of these supers. Yo, Will Steele. Zach Golson got a new sound drop last week too. Let me just run that for you. Let me show you what Zach Golson, the one I told you about, that be doing the Zach Golson knew his new and he told me, he say, Voch, I like Project Pat. You think you do? I say, you do? And this is his new drop.
Take care of y'all bodies and take care of y'all chicken.
So that's Zach Golson.
Ain't that the running back?
That's Marshawn Lynch, but under that is Project Pat Chicken Head.
Take care of y'all bodies and take care of y'all chicken.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that part. Hi, okay, man.
I know. All right.
Oh,
let's get into.
Ain't got no.
I know, right?
Jail.
Shouts out to Demetria Oberlord, man. She was on Instagram one time singing. And I was like, girl, you better quit singing. Project
Relax.
Huh? What was I doing? Super chat. Yeah, I was doing super chat. All right.
He ain't saying nothing there. I don't know. I thought we all was eating chips. I don't know what you talking about now.
We was all eating chips. Oh, he was at his mama's house. He was at his mama's house. Let's see. I'm sick of this. Super chats on the Voch side. What's today? The 3rd? Had a lot today. Dugsland 59 says, there we go. Can't y'all see that he's great? The scout version of TD Jakes, prophesizing all about great plays the Cowboys make. Is that a rap lyric?
I think he's got some bars.
That's definitely a rap lyric. Appreciate you, Dukes. Rev Rebel says,
indubitably.
Is that what that is? Oh, no, that ain't what that is.
No, I'm just saying, because you always say,
Dude, but look, Will, I'm dumb as hell. I started to look. I say, does it say indubitably? You don't say that. Indubitably. What was I saying? Okay, Rev Rebel dropped the deuce and says, we must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. Salute. Tony Stickers dropped a dime and says, not the Baptist church chords. Preach, Pastor Voch. Appreciate you. J Cube 21 says, Voch 316. New nuance world order. Appreciate you, my guy. Justin D said he dropped a dub. We must keep balance on the offensive team. Sell out to stop the run, kill them in the air, or vice versa. Do not stop running the ball. Shouts out to Skywalker Steele too. Shouts out to Skywalker.
Thank you, sir.
Drummer Cam dropped 5 and says, I really hope all this talk about Rush lights a fire under Dak and he balls out and just shuts the haters up. Let's elaborate on that a little bit. You think Dak Prescott is feeling some type of pressure by Cooper Rush? You think he's competitive, or do you think that Dak is just going to take all this noise and beat the shit out of somebody when he come back?
Oh, I 100% think there's a competitive nature to him. Is there an insecure part to him? No, I think he's very secure in what this team is, but you know people talking, and he's hearing the whispers, and not even just that, just, man, our team is looking better, things are going well, I want to get out there.
Yeah, fair enough. As I look in the chat, I see Ms. Nay leaves a comment. She leaves a smiling emoji. Come on, Will Steele. You thought this was, dog? Hey, yo, Will, this Voch house, dog. Hey, Will, this Voch house, dog. What you mean, cut?
Voch said,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Hey, but at the same time.
You got no goddamn. They don't know what the hell we talking about here. Go ahead.
No, he was in his mama. What I say? Andrew Vanderpool drop 5 says, personal opinion, if Rush beats both the Rams and the Eagles, I still think Dak should start regardless. Yeah. for sure. Because if Cooper Rush beat the Eagles, in my mind, that just mean Dak would have just beat the shit out of them. Like that's how the math. Like that's how the math works in my mind. And look, that's how I'm gonna talk shit about it too. That's how I'm gonna talk. Like if I catch an Eagles fan and Cooper Rush beat him, like, I mean, that's when Dak would have beat the shit out you.
Oh, you know they gonna flip it. Oh yeah, but Dak wouldn't have did it. Y'all had to beat us with your backup, sir. Do you know what you're saying here, right?
Dak ain't lost to y'all. Dak ain't lost to y'all neither. This all shit. Grow up. And let's check on the volume side. Volume. Here we go. October 3rd. All right. I haven't seen that one. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm behind. Wait a minute. Okay, cool. Here we go. Third. King Elements dropped 5 and says, yo, bro, Micah is horrible. As a matter of fact, they should stop triple teaming him, actually. Just leave him unblocked. Shouts out to King Element. Hey, facts, motherfucker. Let them talk, man. Let them dig themselves in a hole, King Element. Titan Omega Music dropped 5 and says, the defense is like Hydra. Try to cut off one head and another 2 that's coming for your ass. That's fair, too. That's fair. Like, if you double team one dude, good luck. They tripling Micah. They triple team Micah, you know somebody else coming to get you. And DeMarcus Lawrence's win rate is over 25%. Good luck to you. Ivan Loreno, he says, Will, Voch, we look great on D, and I feel offense will get better. What y'all think about trading for Roquan or a solid guard? I feel they will take us over the top and make us a top 3 team. Well, still, if I trade for anybody, it's goddamn DJ Moore, dog. If I'm trading for somebody, give me my wide receiver. Because look, the defense is fine in my opinion. Yes, you can get better with Roquan Smith, but if I had to pick out of wide receiver help or like some defensive help, I think your defense can live. Give me a weapon.
I ain't gonna be phony. Somebody asked me that on Twitter, and I was like, it comes down to linebacker or wide receiver, and I did pick the wide receiver as well. Roquan Smith roaming that.
Roquan here? Shit.
Because I also don't want to be phony to myself. I was like, all right, so y'all don't want to go spend no money in free agency on offense. Fuck it. Stack the defense then. Stack it.
Yep. That's the case. Make us unbeatable. Make us unbeatable on defense. You know what I mean? But DJ Moore up in here? Kidding me? God damn. I mean, both options would be fun though. But anyway. Landlord from Alabama said he dropped 5. Hey, what's happening, Voch and Sky and the nation? Need y'all to go tell them to play Peters full time with benefits. You feel me? He didn't even say you feel me. I just added you feel. You feel? Look, Will, he didn't even say you feel me. Just in my mind, I just added you because I fuck with Landlord. We can't be playing around now. Look, he spelled nah. He said N-I-E. He didn't say now. He said nah. We can't be playing around now. I feel you, Landlord, 100%. Play Peters full time with benefits. You ain't lying, goddamn. Good job, Landlord from Alabama on YouTube and social medias. Go give him a follow. He's doing some work over there, Wilson. He's building a nice little platform. Man. Shouts out to Landlord. Keep working, brother. We see you. And Iceberg Q dropped the 5 and says, "Yo, volume." That's me and Will still. Yo, volume. I was just thinking about the movie Juice when Sky has a hot take that shut up, Steele.
Shut up, Steele.
Iceberg, that's not something that you super chat. That's something that you DM so we can surprise them with it. You know what I mean? So now me and Will still got to fight to go get the shut up, Steele drop. You know what I mean? But it's cool. It's cool. Appreciate y'all super chats and y'all super chat contributions. We appreciate everybody that called into the show. The lines are shut down, but if y'all want to interact with us via chat box, now is your time to interact. Whether you drop your phone in the toilet, you talk to me anytime, anytime you're at school or you're at the job about to get fired, tap in with us. What's good? What's good? Let me scroll here. Here we go. Drop again, Marcus Harris, man. You know, it's 1,000 comments. If you dropped again. If you dropped, drop again. If you drop again. But his question was like, yeah, Voch, we can go get a left guard or something. Like, man, I ain't trading for a left guard.
No.
I'm either gonna deal with what we got now or just draft one next year. But wide receiver, linebacker, shit, we going to Golden Corral, boy. You kidding me? Chris 214. I think Jabril Cox should start over Van Der Esch. I feel you, brother. Go ahead.
I would love for them to make a move like that, though, Voch. Like that'll really do wonders for me personally. I'm just being a selfish fan now. Personally, to change, I don't want to say change my mind, but man, I look at the front office like, okay, maybe you guys do, want to do whatever it takes possible and not just kind of just. Yeah.
Think about how much change bringing in Coop was that that 1 year, the 2000 whatever it was 19. Think about that one and how much change happened like immediately, right? So in my mind, this offense is better than that offense was. So you add another dude. It don't matter who's number one receiver at that point. It's 1A, 1B at that point. But then after that, they didn't have this defense. Somebody on social media was trying to convince me that well, Dak's always had good defenses like this. I'm like, man, you shitting me, man. Y'all making up shit, dog.
This is panning out to be the best Cowboys defense of the 2000s. I mean, I know they had the number one defense in 2003 or something like that when they went to the playoffs with Quincy Carter. But this defense is dynamic, man. At this rate, they're going to be the best defense in the last 10, 15 years for Cowboys, 20 years maybe.
Sure. Voch, have you changed your mind about defense winning championship? Hey, man, Voch don't take no accountability for me. But listen, my point in general doesn't really change, right? You need defense, but you got to score points too. You know what I'm saying? So you this Cooper Rush shit cool, but you need points at some point. Somebody gonna catch up to your defense. You know what I mean?
Look what happened to Tampa.
Sure. Hell yeah, Will Steele. Fantastic point. And you want to be well equipped for all that. You know what I mean? So, defense can win championships, of course. But, I think our defense being what it is definitely propels us past a certain point. But we got to score points. So, we need both. Diggs is a closer. Man, Diggs just got so much better. He just got so – he just keeps – I know, man.
We might have to start doing that.
What's that?
He said Diggs is a closer. I like kind of that label on him. He's been closing out games, 3 games now.
I like that. That's fair.
Oh, we might have to start playing Sandman or something, man. So yeah.
Closer. Bo is questionable. He might be okay to play. All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say somebody asked about what happens to Donovan Wilson when J-Ron comes back for the millionth time. This is not you, brother, because a lot of people ask this question. They play together. Donovan Wilson, and J-Ron, they'll play together. In week 1, he played 51 snaps, and J-Ron played 40 something. So.
Yep. We'll still check that folder and see if everything,
We good. I already downloaded it. We good.
Hey, chat, that's it. Holla at y'all. We got to go do some other work, man, for y'all. We got to go watch some film and break stuff down, and we got to, get some more content ready for you guys, man. We love y'all to pieces, but we got work to do, of course. So be sure to follow us on our social media platforms, whether it be The Volume, whether it be Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, or if it's Will Steele, SKYWALKER STEELE. My non-social media my non-football platform is twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. And we're going to be watching film on Patreon. Maybe later tonight, I'm going to be working on the film session. We're going to prioritize the film session tonight. And depending on what the time look like, we may do a live show for the Patreon tonight doing the offensive line film. So just tap in and just kind of wait and see what happens here and just get your updates. Will Steele is going to be A to Z Sports and A to Z Dallas in the morning, 8:30 some odd something. So be sure to tune in Monday through Friday for that. Then you got Game Day Live on the pregame, the halftime, and the postgame. Be sure to support everybody. Y'all hold down for the Doski, Woski, Peasky, Weesky. Till next time.
Beats Planet.